Hello and welcome to episode 78 of your weekly Concealed Taco Dudes podcast.
Woohoo!
Except for the one week that was missed.
The 1 week that we missed. That's correct.
With that exception.
Yeah, well.
The almost weekly podcast.
The mostly weekly podcast. Hey, it's more consistent than most people. Well, some people. That
Good
one
point.
guy. We're better than that one guy.
The one guy.
Anyway, welcome to the show. We've put great efforts into preparing this one for you, so I hope you enjoy it.
All right.
Taco, you're up with some sponsors.
Okay, let's hit NOEBulletMolds.com as our first sponsor. Now, I actually just ran down there today.
Yeah?
Surprising, right?
I'm shocked.
Yeah, so shocking. But I picked up another 147 grain bullet mold, and this one's going to be pretty cool. He did this one as a favor to me, but it's a iron mold for the Master Caster, which is, it's like a casting pot. It's a little fancier. It uses 2 cavity cast iron, or not cast iron, but iron molds. And it has 2 spouts. So it drops the lead into both cavities at the same time. And you have like a little handle that you move it forward and backward to like crack the sprue, and it opens up the mold and drops it. So there's a little bit of automation in it, but that was part of that one package that I got when I bought like half a ton of lead. Yeah. Anyway.
So you have to have model specific molds for that then.
Yes.
That's kind of a bummer.
It is. You can also take off the orifice. You could take that off, and so it just I knew Carl
it has a removable orifice.
Yeah, a removable orifice.
I was laughing at something else.
Yeah. Sure you were.
Thought of a joke.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
he said orifice.
You're freaking 12, man.
So you can remove the plate that has the 2 holes so that it just drops one stream of lead at a time. And you can use it for regular casting. But
okay.
Yeah. And then you can use regular molds and everything, but it holds more lead than the other casting pots that I have. So anyways, Al is a great guy. He makes a great product, and coupon code FLT001 will save you some money.
Yes, it will.
I saw a Dylan press in there when I was picking it up. I was kind of snooping around.
Like one in the box?
Yes. I wanted to stick a sticky note on it and says tacos, but I think it's probably a back ordered one. So it's probably already reserved. I would love to have a second press, a second 750 that is set up with large primers, like large rifle, large pistol, and then have one 750 for small primers and the other for large. And then I never have to mess with like switching out the primer system.
You think like I do, the lazy man's way. So you just got to buy another one so that you can be lazy.
Yes.
Except if you can find them.
Although the lazy way is the efficient way, man. You save time when that press is already set up. But anyways.
Oh, it's awesome. It's the way to go.
So NOEBulletMolds.com and use coupon code FLT001. It'll save you some bucks. We have Lee from Black Ice Coatings, blackicecoatings.com. I was just talking to him today too. We were talking about 300 blackout and maybe figuring out a good trade where I'd help him load up some ammo and he would help me slick up a gun that I'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But blackicecoatings.com, he is awesome he's like the master coater, gun coater. And he coats other stuff too. But my favorite is the Teflon coating.
Yeah.
On the actions and moving parts.
If that's all you do, it's a huge upgrade for your gun. I think it is so awesome when you just Teflon like you said, just the actions, the bolts, it just makes it so the whole thing is just slicker as snot. I was going through our Han Solo gun, that build. Love it. And it still is. It's just one of those that you can just kind of just rack the action on it and just go, this is great. It made that much of a difference on something like that.
Yeah. Well, one of the ARs I built recently, I had him Teflon the lower parts kit. So the trigger, It's just a basic lower parts kit, but he Tefloned all the trigger parts, all the pins, the everything. And man, it almost was like, why would I spend, $200 on a nice drop-in trigger? Because this is most of the way there. There is a difference, don't get me wrong, but just Tefloning the trigger made a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure. So blackicecoatings.com, they do Cerakoting, Teflon coating, and water transfer prints, or hydro dipping, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Get your Stormtrooper gun.
And what color would that be, Carl?
It would be white with black, basically. White. Yeah.
I think we had that discussion before. Aren't Stormtrooper guns black?
Yes, they are.
And their armor is white and black.
But you're just doing the opposite. So the certain parts are black with the white rifle.
It's Carl wants his rifle to look like a Stormtrooper, not like a Stormtrooper's rifle.
I like Star Wars before they slaughtered it with the last 3 movies, which they're changing, by the way. That stuff's getting altered.
What do you mean changing?
Oh, yeah, they're going to make it so like it. Yes, so that they didn't really happen. They're more like in an alternate timeline type thing, and so they could redo it, and because it was such crap. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. So anyways, it has nothing to do with it.
Fix their Star Wars canon, so to speak.
Yeah. So basically, you don't go. Apparently, being a social justice warrior in the movies, people just go, don't care.
Yeah.
That's a good way to make us uninterested in your stuff. That's it.
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next sponsor, Utah Air Guns. Now, I've intentionally not gone and stepped inside their store because I didn't want to see anything and I didn't want to buy anything right before Christmas and the end of the year. But I should stop in and go look at what they got. But you know that one gun you were talking about getting, Jason?
Yes, the tactical 2x4.
Yes, I actually, man, that one's a good one. I might have to budget some money to get that this year.
Yeah.
Assuming they don't run out.
Yeah, they're the next ones to run out of everything for sure. I haven't been in there for a while either. I've just been too busy. But one of these days I'm going to go down there and talk to them about maybe swapping my
gun swapping
my Wildcat for one of the Russian 2x4s.
Yeah, it's the Cayman, right?
Yes, the Cayman. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so use coupon code AIRCANDY. And that will give you the turret stickers, so you can set your dope with stickers.
Yep.
And
free shipping.
But I'm thinking that 2021 is going to be a good time to get into air guns, air rifles.
Yes.
Yep.
And you will be able to still shoot those, even if you can't go to the local gun shop and get your regular ammo. You can get pellets.
Yep.
And for me, I can just make pellets. And then
I was going to say, you can make them.
Yeah. They don't rely on primers. And I don't think we're going to run out of air anytime soon.
I was watching the Highlander 2, and in that movie, that documentary movie, they do run out of air. So there.
They ran out of air?
Well, pretty much, yeah. They have to regulate it. It's a whole story. I mean, it's practically true.
Yeah, that documentary.
Highlander 2.
Highlander 2. All right,
let's look for that one.
Let's move on to what we did with guns.
Okay.
Jason, what'd you do?
Okay. So I haven't done a whole lot per se with guns. I sold a couple, but we'll talk about that later, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a slight market for it right now.
Well, it wasn't even so much that, because I could have got a whole lot more for them than what I sold them for.
Doing a friend a favor. He was being nice.
I was hooking up a friend who was helping me finance some Forerunner parts. And I spent more time with that. I ordered a new roof rack for the Forerunner, getting it set up for my bug out vehicle. So it's going to completely replace the factory roof rack. So I spent a little bit more on it than I was originally anticipating. But because of that, I also ordered some traction boards. But instead of getting the Max Tracks for $300, I got some cheapos for $75.
Oh man!
But hear me out. I didn't have the budget to go with the rack I wanted right now and the Max Tracks, and I figured, because I looked at all the reviews, okay, and it was like 80% was like 5 stars, and I read all the 1-star reviews, and a bunch of them they like busted the first time they used them and this and that, but every one of them said, yeah, that gave it a 1 star, yeah, they broke, but they did get me unstuck. And so my thought is, I would rather have these cheap ones that rescue me once, maybe twice, than not have anything at all.
Okay.
So that's my thought process. It's not, I'm not looking at them going, these are the same thing. These are going to be just as good, because I know better. I know spending $75 instead of 300, I'm not getting the same thing, but I'm confident that they will at least rescue me once. And man, if you get unstuck, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
So,
if it gets you unstuck once, then it pretty much pays for itself.
You figure if you had to call, even if you had to call a tow truck or somebody to come bail you out, it's going to cost you more than $75.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my thought process there. So I am inching ever closer to having that vehicle more or less set up the way I want it. I've got totes in the back, I think I mentioned that are set up with extra clothing and blankets, and I've got a stove, and I need to throw in a little bit more food and stuff like that. But it's basically going to be set up to where if I need to go, everything I need for myself and then some is already in it. I can grab my family and all their go bags and throw them in there, and we're done. So, or if I happen to be out and get stranded somewhere, I've got what I need for a few days. So I've been super busy. It's been kind of
making
crazy.
holsters.
Yeah. I worked Saturday. I don't ever work Saturdays. So that's saying something. But anyway, that's about all I did.
Okay, Carl, what'd you do?
Well, mine's kind of funny. It's kind of one of those, after it happens, you just kind of go, oh, what an idiot. You're an idiot. So I talked someone out of selling me a nice lever action Henry rifle, which I wanted it, going to do it. I was fine. And I'm like, dude, you don't want to, this is great. Oh, especially now, why would you do that now? I mean, are you sure you want to get it? Yeah. Talked him out of that. Then he had a Hollow Sun red dot that he was like, well, I'll get rid of this. I don't see ever using this. And so I started going, no, this is the new thing. This is great. And it's from this model on up that they can handle it. They're great ones. I mean, these are awesome.
Which one was it?
It was the 507.
I just picked one up today.
Oh, you suck. Well, I could have got one for cheap. I love that.
How cheap?
I will give you $3 American dollars.
Doll hairs.
American. No, actually, we'll have to talk after, because it's he was gonna do it. He's just like, yeah, I just don't see it. And I talked it up. I was so excited, and then I went and got my Gen 5 Glock with the cutout. I'm like, dude, this is the way to get. Do you have a gun with the cutout? He actually has a VP9. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you can take that little cap off and put on your optic sight, and I showed him mine, showed him how much fun it is. I'm like, dude, and if you got as your eyes get older, how much fun it is, and talked him out of that. So lost out on that one. That was my fault.
Dude, you're too nice.
Yeah. So we'll talk. So I may have one that I can hook you up with.
Jason's trying to liquidate some gun inventory so that he can get his vehicle where he wants it to be.
I need some more. I need to complete my Bilstein suspension kit to lift my 4Runner. I'm only halfway there right now.
So his front half is about 4 inches taller than his back half.
Yeah.
But that's mine, plus getting the reloading stuff going. So that's about it on that one.
Cool.
All right, Taco, the rest of the show is yours.
All right. As I have a gun in each hand. So I was kind of busy the last little while, and it is a good thing I have that 6 net new guns goal. But I was talking with Evan, my buddy Evan, who does videos with me and stuff.
Right.
And he asked me if I wanted to grab one of these Beretta 1951s.
Yeah.
And I said, nope, I don't, because I usually hate surplus handguns, especially the ones from Europe, because they suck.
And why do they suck? What sucks about them?
Everything. Like, they're usually clunky, sharp edges, all those things, and horrendous trigger pulls. There might be something that is not like that, but as a general rule of thumb, most European surplus handguns, they just kind of suck when you compare them to like modern stuff. Now, if you compare it to, say like a high power or something, man, a high power just runs circles around them. And so it's just the technology of handguns has come so far. But I kept going back and forth. And then I said, I think I'm going to do it. So I ended up picking up one of these Beretta 1951s.
So I'm not familiar with the gun. It looks very much like a Beretta 92, but it's a single stack, right?
Yes, it's
which makes no sense to me, but
it's slightly more narrow than a Beretta 92.
Okay.
But it has kind of crappy plastic grips.
Yeah.
And then the mag release is at the bottom of the grip and on the backside. So it's meant to be pushed with your other thumb.
Yeah.
So you have to take your other hand off the gun and then push that button and grab the mag out of it.
Well, it doesn't drop free either, does it? Don't you have to kind of pull it out?
Oh, it dropped free. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
I know a lot of those that have that. I don't even know what that style of mag release is called.
I don't either. Crappy? Something like that.
Mag release. But a lot of those, the mag, it doesn't fall free. And so that's kind of that idea behind that design, I think, is to have your
other
weak hand there to pull it out when you're reloading. But that's again one of those things about the new ones, why they're better.
Yeah, and this was made in 1976. So
cool.
I mean, it's not really that old, but I guess I'm getting
it's older than you.
It just by a couple of years. That's it. But
I remember
anyways,
1976.
The trigger. So this is a single action trigger.
Only? Okay.
Yeah. Only.
So it's not double eight at all.
No.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So the trigger pull is actually not that bad, but I really do hate the grips because it's a shiny plastic grip, and I figured I would. And I know people are probably going to get upset about this, but it's my gun. I spent the money, so I'm going to do what I want with it. And it's not like it's really ancient or anything, like a collector's piece. Like there's a ton of them, and they're only like $300 or $285 or whatever it was. But I'm going to take this to black ice, and I think I'm going to have him do a Teflon coating on all over the metal.
Yeah.
And then I want to have him hydro dip the plastic kind of clamshell grips and I want to see if he can add some texture to it so it's not just slick plastic. There are horizontal lines in the grip, which give you a little bit of, I guess, texture.
Slightly reminiscent of like the World War II Walthers.
Yeah, it's not great. But if I could get the grips like hydro dipped and get a pattern thrown on there and some texture, I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah. So maybe we're joking about this, but maybe that would be a perfect gun to put Lee has all that pig water transfer pattern, the piggies.
Get some pig grips.
Yeah, so I'll get some piggy grips on this thing and then do like just the the kind of blackish blue Teflon, so it kind of maintains that same look, but just has ugly grips.
Yeah,
ugly but functional. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk to him and see if he can add some texture to that, and I think that would be kind of cool. I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna do the piggies on it, but it would be funny. People would get so mad taking an old gun and doing that. And then the next couple guns I bought.
Ooh, that's a good looking gun right there.
This one is not new to the podcast, but it's new to me, and it has not been fired. Right?
No, it has not.
This is a CZ P10F. So it's the full-size polymer CZ handgun. And this one does have the cutouts for an optic on the slide.
Yeah.
But I really like the sights that are on it right now.
Yeah. That gun is it's a nice setup gun out of the box, really.
Yeah, so it has the blacked out rear sights, and then the front sight. I don't think it's tritium, but maybe it is. I don't know. Do you know?
I don't remember.
It has like a red, or not red, an orange circle around. I think it might be some tritium.
It probably is.
So
it probably is.
But it stands out. The front sight stands out a lot because of that orange outer, what do you call it? Outer ring over the tritium.
Yeah.
And so it's very visible. And I'm excited to shoot this. I'm going to take it out hopefully on Monday and take it out and shoot it. I don't know. It's kind of in the looking for something that might work well for me and also for my son Noah.
Yeah.
Something that
and that's got the interchangeable back straps, which is nice.
It allows
19 round magazines.
Yeah. It allows you to get really high up on, the bore axis and stuff. So
yeah.
So minimizing recoil, that'll probably help for, when I let my son Noah shoot it. He's only 13 years old now. So it's a little bit difficult for him to shoot, regular handguns, but I think full-size handguns are easier than the smaller ones. He shoots my Glock 34 with the Trijicon pretty decently.
Right.
But I think this one will probably even shoot nicer than that.
Yeah. I think it's a thinner grip, and it's with those back straps, you should be able to get a much better hold on it.
I usually like fatter grips.
And you got bigger hands.
I do have big hands, but that skinny grip that's on it right now, it makes me feel like I've got this great grip on it, and there's good texturing on the grip.
The grip has fantastic texture without being overkill.
Yeah, it's aggressive, but not enough to rip your skin off.
Right.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited to shoot that gun. I feel like that's going to be a keeper for life,
Yeah.
I have had a lot of...
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. But I do a little bit more shooting than you. And
yeah, I'll pick up another one of these days.
I hold on to I shouldn't say I hold on to guns longer than you, but it just depends. You get a lot of if a gun doesn't have concealed carry or self-defense use for you, then it seems like they go on the chopping block sooner.
I have a hard time hanging on to full-size handguns for some reason. They just don't seem to serve a purpose as much as something that I can conceal easier.
Yeah, and that makes sense. But I do a lot of, handgun shooting for fun and pleasure. Right. And the full-size handguns are just...
They're way more fun to shoot.
They are funner to shoot, in my opinion. They recoil less and, better.
They're typically more accurate.
You got your front... The distance between the front sight and the rear sight is a little bit longer. So it's just everything... It just makes them all more shootable.
Yeah. But let me know how you like that one.
I'll just tell you I hate it.
If you should be glad
you got rid of it.
No, here's my thing is with something like that I picked up that I really like, that I end up letting go because I want something more, something else more.
Yeah.
I'll get another one, and right now, stuff is tough to get, but another one will show up. So.
Yeah, and the second gun that I got from Jason, the third. This is my third net new gun for the year. I only have that's like 3 left. I got.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
I know.
We're not even halfway through the first month yet.
I know it's a little crazy, but I picked up this Glock 48. It's the single stack 9mm that you can buy Shield Arms double stack magazines for.
Which make the gun actually relevant, because without them, that gun is pointless.
Yeah, it kind of is.
In my opinion, yeah.
So
which is better than most opinions.
Yeah, sure. I'm hoping that I can get some of those Shield Arms mags, and then I'll have basically a thin Glock 19. That's about what the size is.
Same capacity as a Glock 19 with those mags, and it's just an inch wide.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this one. I'm on their list.
I'm on Shield Arms list. I've been on it for about a month to email me when they are available.
Mm-hmm.
So I will let you know if I get pinged on that.
Yeah.
But
how much do the magazines cost?
I think there's like a kit that you get that comes with 3 magazines and I think a new mag release or something like that. And I believe it's $150. So
that seems cheap.
It's not crazy. No, it's
for 3 mags and a magazine release.
Uh-huh. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, if you think about, because it's a metal mag, and that's how they're able to get it,
right?
Thin
the
enough
double
to
stack.
do double stack. But most metal mags are not cheap. They're at least $35 to $50.
Yeah, if it's a SIG or an HK or what's the other one? Then yes,
CZ mags are a little bit more expensive too.
Yeah,
which. If I'm going to shoot the CZ and the Glock on Monday, hopefully, and if I love the CZ, I'm going to probably try and look for some spare mags. And then if I love the Glock 48, then I'll try and get those Shield Arms mags. And
that 48's a nice shooting gun. The only thing wrong with it is a single stack. So with the other magazines, it solves that problem. So yeah. I think you'll like it, but
yeah, I'm thinking I will. I hope I do. But yeah, anyways, so I sold an AR to pay for some of these, and I sold a couple barrels and some other parts to also help.
Does
pay
that,
for that
AR sell put you to 2 net positive then?
No. Oh, yes, it does.
So I there forgot. You go.
Yeah, I did sell it with the lower attached to it. So that good call on that. Yeah. So I'm only at 2 net new guns for the year.
You're not as bad as you thought.
Oh, that's good. That's a relief. But now here's a question I have for the listeners. I have joked with my wife about, because it's our 20th year anniversary this year.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And I still have a few months before that, happens. But I was joking with her about buying an identical pair of guns, like, I don't know, handguns, revolvers, lever action, something, and then kind of get it engraved and, with something like whatever, 20th anniversary or something. Because it seems like when you have a gun that also has sentimental value or something attached to it, then it's just more valuable.
Sure.
And I don't know what kind of gun, because everything's in there's a huge gun shortage right now.
Right.
What would make a good anniversary gun, to get engraved and stuff and fun to shoot? I guess that's all. It just needs to be fun to shoot and I can engrave it.
So this is what I would do if I were you. I think you should do a pair, like not just 2 guns, but 2 for each of you. Do a lever action and a single action revolver that are in the same caliber. Take them over to Lee and get them like either Cerakoted or Teflon coated and engraved and everything, so that the pistol matches the rifle as well. That would be cool.
Oh man, that would be very expensive.
It's your 20th anniversary.
I know, but yeah, anyways, we want to go do, instead of just go on a fancy trip where you spend a bunch of money and go to a tropical place and eat lots of good food and something that sounds amazing. We want to
stay at home and buy guns.
No.
You want to buy guns?
Yeah, we want to buy guns. No,
that's what I'm hearing.
No, what we're gonna do is we want to go on kind of do like an adventure thing where we go to Zion's National Park and we're gonna hike Angel's Landing and do some stuff like that. Memorable stuff like that. But I also want to have something tangible and physical that is kind of a remembrance of the big 20th anniversary.
There you go.
So, Carl, what would you think if I were to get a pair of something, get them engraved for my wife and I for our anniversary? What would
going with good? I like Jason's idea, but I like a revolver and a lever action rifle.
Yeah.
Kind of a throwback type.
So maybe
in the same caliber.
Yes, in the same caliber. So maybe you just do 1 lever action and 1 revolver and have them coated or finished and engraved so that they are a matching set. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. So to save money or whatever, have
if you
have and it doesn't have to be one is mine and one is hers. It's just a set.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think that's the way to go.
If you're going to cheap out on your anniversary,
well,
and just do one of each.
Here's the thing. I already have lever guns in almost every lever gun caliber. And so to get a set of 2 of each, I'm like, what do I want to double up on? That doesn't make a ton of sense. And she already has a 45 Colt lever action that is identical to mine, but hers is blued, mine's stainless.
There you go.
So that was a Christmas or anniversary present in the past, and she does love it.
Yeah.
And
I would be willing to bet, with the way things are right now in the gun industry, picking up a lever action and a single action revolver is going to be easier than a lot of other things, more modern stuff.
Maybe. There are a lot of guns sold out right now. 4570 is making a huge comeback. And I think it's due to my 4570 rap song, but I can't.
But you need to tag that at the end of this episode again.
Just play that. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's such a horrible song, but it's funny. Yeah, we'll play that at the end of this. But for some reason, 4570s are making a comeback. And like Starline Brass, they were back ordered on their brass. I ordered 500 pieces of 4570 brass, which actually comes in a lot bigger box than you would think, and it weighs a lot more than you would think because the brass is so big.
Yeah.
But it was back ordered, and they finally got it shipped to me and stuff. But you look out, and 4570 reloading dies, the ammo and the components are like sold out almost everywhere. And it's such a weird cartridge to be sold out of.
Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, you think about it, who shoots 4570? Well, I mean, I do, and Mark does, and a bunch of my friends do.
Did you guys quit buying it all?
Yeah.
Well, they have been showing Quigley Down Under. I've seen that.
We just watched that the other day.
See, people are watching it again.
Yeah. Well, and they had that other movie where the guy has the Marlin 1895. I think it was the SBL. He's like in Alaska or something, and he pulls that thing out and blasts through a couple guys. That was but yeah, so I guess the 4570 is making its rounds in some of the newer movies as well as old. But yeah, odd thing. But I don't think my wife would want a 4570. Well, I already have the BFR in 4570 and then a couple lever actions in 4570. But what do you think would be a good cartridge to get it in for the anniversary thing?
I would say.
Still like.
Go ahead.
Oh, Carl. Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say I still like 357.
I was gonna say 357 or 45 Colt.
Yeah, we already have several 45 Colt things.
Right.
Revolvers and
go with the
guns.
357.
And I think I have several of those too.
You have several of everything, so
yeah. I was gonna say you're getting a little picky on that when you have everything. So make
no, I don't have everything, but I did try to see. My kids don't know this, but I've wanted to have a pair to pass on to each kid. So each kid's going to get a lever action and a revolver that match. So kind of like what we're thinking about and talking about for the anniversary, but the kids are going to inherit that maybe when they graduate from high school or something. So,
I like that.
Anyways,
you're very kind. They can all kiss off and get their own.
But I'm thinking, I wonder if like a 327, like do something different that I don't have.
Do something goofy, huh?
Yeah. 327.
Are you going to get that in a lever action though?
Henry makes one.
Do they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Tom Gresham kept bugging him about making it a lever action in 327, but I don't know. 357 mag is a great cartridge and I love it. But I just, already have several things in that. I was also thinking maybe a 41 mag or a 44 mag. I don't have as many things in 44 mag.
Is your wife going to enjoy shooting the 44 mag as much as some of the others?
Yeah, probably not, except the fact that, I can make whatever.
Yeah,
I can download. I can make some cowboy loads for the revolver and the lever action.
Right.
So if I were to not do the combo of lever action and revolver, what do you think? Like a pair of 1911s or something? Or
I do. That was actually the next thing I was going to say is a pair of 1911s would be a blast.
Yeah.
I think what you do I think they need to be different guns though, but be a common be tied together with the finish and the engraving that you put on them. So you could do 1911s and do like a Commander and then a full size.
So you're saying I need to do like a Tommy gun and a 1911.
Oh yeah, that would be a good combination.
That's actually awesome if you can do that.
Oh man, that would be pretty cool. But,
I think tying them together like that from an era or something, that would be cool.
Yeah,
because it symbolizes the joining of two different people.
All right, with one common thing, I guess, the cartridge.
Goal. Yeah. Yep, there you go.
All right. Well, anyways, listeners, if you guys have an idea or recommendation, there's still time for me to be able to find something and save up some money to get it. So yeah, send us an email at concealedtacodudes@gmail.com and give us some feedback on that, because I'd love to actually get some recommendations on what you think. So
cool.
All right, let's do some sponsors. We got 3 more. Well,
I was actually wanting to mention, maybe Tackware.
Oh.
I was checking out Tackware's, so some of their collections. If you look at they got the little tools that you can put in your little wallet.
Yeah.
They're like credit card size. And I think it's because Jason got me watching Alone. Which I am loving to death.
Have you finished the entire series?
No, I stopped myself a little bit past halfway because I'm like, no, just savor it. Enjoy it. I don't want to burn through it because I have nothing to watch. I don't watch TV really. Just, there's nothing good or I just don't care.
Right.
But plus I got rid of the regular TV. Just don't need it. Yeah, I'm watching Alone, and that made me look at it, and I was like, Tackware has something like this. And sure enough, they've got those wilderness, like there's a wilderness survival card that fits in it's a credit card size card that's got arrowhead. It's got fish hooks, that kind of thing.
It's like a little piece of stamped sheet metal. And from back in the day when you would buy a model kit and all the pieces were on that one little board and you had to cut everything out. That's kind of the way those are.
It's just kind of, it's because I've been thinking of just EDC gear, especially since Stan and I travel all around the country, and we're going to be, we go back east and to all the crazy crap. And I'm like, well, what about something more for the urban thing? And sure enough, Tackware has like the little hostage escape card that fits there too. A little, it's got a little, what do you call it? The handcuff key. Little saw for if you're taped up or whatever. So it's just kind of funny, but they have a lot more. Check out their website, tackware.com. You can see all the stuff they have. It's really cool. And if you check it out, you'll be tempted to just go, I do need this. And it'll fit in my wallet. How about this little paint can opener? It's made out of titanium and it looks like an AR-15. I'll get that. So I just loved it. It's you got to check them out. Tackware.com.
And use the code TACO10.
That's what I was going to say. Don't forget the code TACO10.
Nice.
Wanted to mention, if we want to keep someone busy, you got to keep Jason a little busy or else he gets into trouble.
It's true.
So why not order something from Concealment Solutions? Jason, you make not just gun holsters, but you make knife sheaths as well.
Yes. And sometimes I slice myself while making them.
But that's how you mark them. So you've got your DNA.
Right. Yes.
If someone wants to clone, if you've got a sheath like that, you might be able to clone your own Jason from it.
You could, for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds gross, doesn't it? But no, go to Concealment Solutions and get yourself, especially now, gosh, if you don't have a holster to carry and you're not just going, maybe I should conceal carry, it might be time to think about it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to get one that's comfortable inside the waistband. I'm still inside the waistband. I still love it.
Yeah. I have a question, though. What do you guys think I should get for this one? I was thinking of making Jason build me a drop leg for this one.
This one is the CZ P10F.
The CZ P10F.
You need to get rid of it. And you need to just get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of it. No, I
would do a drop leg, and then if you ever put a red dot on it, it will already fit. You won't have to modify it.
Nice. I'm thinking that might be the way to go. It's not like I'm going to try and conceal carry this gun, but if the Boogaloo or zombie apocalypse happens,
Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'll have a holster that I can run with, run away from the horde, and
while shooting over your shoulder.
While shooting, yeah, I can draw quite easily, but it still gives me that mobility. So.
Yeah, for sure. The code is show me the candy.
That's right. I always mess that up because Mark's is different. Mark's is
get in the van. I have
get in the van of candy. That's what it was. Okay. I mix it up. So yours is show me the candy.
Show me the candy. And Utah Air Guns is
air candy.
Air candy.
That's right. Okay. Well, but now people can order mag holders from you as well, correct?
They can order mag holders from me or from Mag Holder. Which, if you're just going to get a mag holder, you might as well get it from Mark. If there's other things you need, holsters and whatnot, then it makes sense to just order it all together from me. But yeah.
Yeah. And if you're carrying a gun, you should carry a spare magazine. You should always have a spare magazine. And the best way to do it, in my opinion, it feels better, is a horizontal mag pouch. So
I agree.
Go to magholder.com or Concealment Solutions and order it that way.
And
make Jason work more.
Here's the thing. I have this conversation regularly with customers that come into my shop. And I get people, everybody from, contractors that work out in the Middle East to people that are like, I just got my permit. What do I need to do? And everything in between. But I regularly have the conversation about why you carry a spare magazine. In fact, I had that conversation yesterday with somebody. He's like, well, do I need to carry 2 spare mags or just 1? Do I really need that much ammo? And I told him, I said, well, the reason you carry a spare magazine is not necessarily so you can have more rounds. The most likely problem that you're going to have with a semi-automatic gun is going to be related to the magazine or a jam or something like that. And the quickest way to get that gun back in the fight is to strip that magazine out, clear the gun, and put a fresh magazine in it. That's the biggest reason why you carry a spare magazine. So, yeah, because statistically, I think most self-defense shootings are over after 3 rounds are fired or something like that.
Yeah, although the last one we shared, there were like 3 bad guys. No, 4.
4. There were 4.
There was 4.
Was it 3 of the 4 got shot, or I can't remember.
2.
I think
2 were killed.
2 were killed.
2 died. 2 died.
So I'm thinking drop leg for my CZ, the new CZ, 20 rounds
and 4 spare mags.
Yeah, I want to have 100 rounds on me at a time. No, I'm just kidding.
No, there's always going to be situations where that aren't going to fall into the statistics and whatnot. But that's the biggest reason why you want to have at least 1 spare magazine on you, is so you can clear jam fast and not have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's move on. I think we've covered all our sponsors.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's it.
Move on to the topic section, which is, Jason?
We want to talk about, I've had this conversation with several people recently, with the difficulty of procuring guns that you may want, ammunition, reloading supplies, stuff like that. A lot of people have a budget, right? Like I know you do, Taco. You have a budget, and Carl, for guns or gun stuff.
Yeah.
When you can't find the guns or the ammunition or stuff like that, what else are you buying? What other things are you buying or thinking about buying because you can't buy that pistol that you want or that rifle that you want or whatever? The money's sitting there. Are you just going to sit on it and wait till things calm down and prices come down and things become available? Or are there other things that you're spending your money on?
All right, let's go round robin, and we'll take turns sharing one thing at a time.
Okay. Why don't you start, Taco?
Okay, so first off, it might sound really funny, but one of the reasons I have several guns in several calibers is so that if one of them gets hard to find, I can always, the components, if the components or ammo gets hard to find for one of them, I can always turn around and shoot a different gun or a different cartridge or caliber.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I have enough stuff collected, like projectiles, powders, and whatever. I can load and shoot pretty much anything for all my guns right now.
Till the end of the world?
Well, I guess
it's going to be a couple weeks.
It'll be a while, yeah. But no, the one thing that I did not plan on, and I was surprised when I did like a inventory was I thought I had more small rifle Magnum primers. And I actually need those for small rifle brass that is for the long range precision type cartridges. So I have like a 22 Creedmoor, and I have some Lapua 6mm Creedmoor brass that I need to convert, but it has small rifle primer pockets. So that's one, and you have to have the Magnum so that you can ignite, that greater amount of powder.
Right.
So that's one thing that I wish I had gotten more of. But one of the things that I am buying right now, I mean, I guess I did sell a couple things and I bought some guns that I liked, but I am buying components that are available still. Like I spent a bunch of money on lead and bought like over 1,000 pounds of lead.
Right.
And bullet molds.
1,000 pounds of lead.
Yeah, like half a ton of lead. So, but yeah, it's for me, it's components. Like even if it's the lead, I have to melt down to make my own bullets. But yeah. So what about you?
So obviously for me, I'm focused a little bit more on preparedness stuff, and quite specifically right now is obviously my 4Runner and my bug out vehicle, and getting it kind of outfitted to where it's going to be more fun on the weekends, and it's going to get us out in a difficult time easier if the need should arise. So
it'll also be like a better, like you're saying, on the weekends, but like when you go shooting out where we shoot in the desert, there are huge ruts. It's like kind of messy.
If it starts to rain when you're out there, you might not get out. My son got stuck out there once after they were shooting, and my brother lives out that way. So he drove out there in his truck and had to drag him out of the mud.
Yeah. And I was going to say, your little Toyota truck that you had, the 2-wheel drive truck, those get stuck easy. So just having this 4Runner with a little bit of lift and some better tires, and then the emergency preparedness stuff inside, like the tracks things to help you get unstuck. Yeah. That'll make shooting a lot better too. Like when you go out shooting or camping or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So yeah, that's one of the things I've been focusing on more is prepper stuff.
Okay. Carl, what about you? What have you been spending money on?
Well, in the same vein that Jason's talking about would be prepper stuff, just because if you look at simple stuff that people forget about, like your water, I don't know about you guys. We've got barrels that when we moved, we emptied them out, and you should replenish those. But it's like just little things like that. And I guess I don't go, oh, guys, the sky's falling. Everyone go buy everything at the store right now. Or, I don't like to go overboard on that kind of stuff, but you should have backups. So my stuff's been going towards things like, okay, I've got 4 55 gallon drums, those the ones for that you can just hold water in, getting those in, and then got to fill them up, which is kind of hard in the winter time because you can't use the hose too much, but things like that, making sure that we have, so that if there is a run on anything, and my big worry is not, oh crap, it's all ending. It's, oh crap, it's shut down for, a few days. We lose something because, there's always stupid out there. And if you look at our country right now, hey, it's a great time to be hit by terrorism, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Even though our own people are dumb as rocks, other countries or people from other countries might see and take advantage of that. So I've been spending my extra money just because I can't get the guns that I do want. It's been, okay, let's get a little bit of this. Well, let's just get a little bit of, let's buy an extra bag of rice when we go to buy normal stuff. Just little things, not panic stuff.
Yeah. The nice thing about doing that kind of stuff now, food storage wise, or commodity wise, toilet paper, toothpaste, all that kind of stuff, is when something does happen, real or imagined, and everybody panics and empties the stores out. You don't have to. When early in 2020, when all this pandemic stuff started sinking in, and for whatever reason, all the bottled water disappeared, I still don't understand that, because nobody's tap stopped
I know,
working.
that was kind of weird.
But all the toilet paper disappeared, and and a lot of other things as well. And there was no panic at my house. It was like, oh, we've got everything that we need. There might be a couple of things that would have been nice to have, but there was nothing that we were needed. We were fine for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So,
well, and simple things like everyone goes toilet paper. You said you got a bidet, which, gosh, that'd be great. I've heard that once you go into those, like once you go bidet, you don't go back.
It's true. It's true. Now I'm thinking maybe I need one with a heated seat and heats the water.
Something with a foot massager.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause if your legs can't touch the floor when you're sitting on the toilet, why not get them massaged? I mean, you guys have that problem, right?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
All right, Taco.
Okay.
What else have you got?
This is still, I guess I haven't lost focus on the gun stuff yet, but for me, I've been doing a kind of a bigger push on getting rid of optics I don't like and replacing them with ones I do. So kind of upgrading some of the cheaper red dots with nicer red dots. And I've been playing around a little bit more with the scopes that are low power variables, like the Strike Eagle 1-6, 1-8, and I have my eye on this Athlon scope that's a 1 to 4.5, and I don't know. Using those instead of red dots on some guns and some scenarios, that makes more sense. So I've been trying to just kind of, just replace some of the cheaper optics with fancier stuff that is better. So.
That was one of the places I was going to go to. Is most shops still have a decent selection of some of the red dots, scopes, optics, things like that. And it's a perfect opportunity and the prices aren't going crazy on that stuff like they are with guns. So definitely pick up, upgrade your optics on your guns for sure. Maybe even put some tritium, glow in the dark sights on your pistols, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I would suggest, and not just because it's going to increase my business, but look at your gear, your holsters, your mag carriers, your belts, your, whatever gear that you have, do an inventory on it. Are you set up the way you need to be? Do you have gear that works but doesn't work great? Are there places where you can improve? How's your vehicle set up for that kind of stuff? It just makes sense. It never ceases to amaze me when I see somebody carrying a $1,200 gun in a $20 holster. I'm like, are you kidding me? That holster is a glorified tube sock.
I'll add on to that. The same thing is kind of true with knives. If you have like a decent knife, but it's in a really crappy sheath, then it makes the whole knife look crappy. Well, but then you take that same knife and you get, I have a couple of the sheaths that you made for me.
Right.
And, those knives weren't anything fancy, but they were kind of meaningful from, growing up and stuff. And so having a fancier sheath, it makes the whole, knife package look better, nicer.
Makes it pop.
It should make it more functional too.
Oh yeah, that too.
But
looks.
Yeah. No, I agree. And most some knife companies are getting a lot better than they used to be, but most sheaths that knives come with, and you can spend $500 on a custom made knife, and it will come with the most basic piece of crap sheath out there. And it's not hard to get something decent that looks good, that is, exactly what you want, custom, and will work better. So do inventory your gear. Make sure you're where you need to be with that stuff. Carl, your turn.
I was gonna say mine, and I save this one just because I like it. I'm getting rid of guns that I never ever use.
Yeah.
It's
a good time to sell.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is I don't know if you guys have done this, but like I'm looking in my safe, even though my guns collection's gone down because I am getting rid of stuff, going, you know what, I got this one thinking I'll fix it up and make it something fun and cool because I read it in a book, which is usually what it is, and then just went, no, like heck, I was just looking at Browning High Power, fun gun, great gun, and you can really fix it up nice.
You got Taco's interest now.
Wait,
Taco's eyes got really big.
It's
are you
nice
selling one?
Yeah.
You're selling your high power?
Yeah. Don't you guys all have high powers?
I've been looking for one, so
yeah,
you and I need to do some talking.
Conversation.
I was because I got the idea. I was reading in the Monster Hunter series by Larry Correia. Guys got one, and you can really fix them up nice. So you just get a regular. Some people take old used ones. Mine's new, and I think I've shot it once or twice. Going, okay, yeah, I like that. But then you can do a trigger job on it. You can get the beaver tail on it, like a 1911. You can, just all the stuff you can do to it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that because this character in the book has one, and so just haven't done it yet.
Here, I have the perfect solution. I will be the mediator here, okay? Taco, I know you have a PS90 on layaway.
Oh, Taco.
Carl, I know you want a PS90. Taco, I know you want a high power.
Yeah, let's talk after this. Let's talk after this one.
Taco, I think, and I'll even come, do some foot massage for you while you're on the toilet. That sounded awful. That's how much I care. That's how little I care what everyone thinks. I'll do it. I'm in.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
okay.
Funny.
So no, I didn't know you were selling your high power.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm looking at stuff like that, and that's a whole nother topic, isn't it? We can just go off of what you got.
Yeah. Hey, what are you getting rid of? And
what are you talking about? I'm talking about gun swapping. That's what I'm talking about. But it is. If you have something like that, hey, there's a demand for it. Guys, share the wealth. If you've got one that you go, I just never shoot it. Why not unload it? And right now is the time to do it. It really is.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm always that way though. If something's been sitting around and I'm not shooting it, unless it has sentimental value, which does not happen very often with me. They just don't stick around. I keep thinking I'm gonna start collecting guns, and then I'm like, what's the point? I don't need this. I don't need all these. They're just sitting. So
yeah. Now here's a quick question off topic, but kind of on the same topic that we're just barely talking about. Do you guys ever have something like that you bought kind of cheaper and then say like there was an importation ban or they stopped making it or whatever, and then the value goes skyrocketing up? Does that ever affect how you feel about it, knowing that what you got?
I've only done that once. I've only done that once, and I regret. That's the one I regret, which was my P90.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's the only one where I'm like, how stupid. If you love the gun, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did on YouTube, I have another video up, but it's just shooting my 223 AK. And that one it's actually a Russian Saiga that I converted, got rid of all that sporter, weird crap trigger, basically converted it to an AK. And I was looking at those. So I bought it for like, I don't know, $375 or something. And those, ever since the importation ban and stuff, they are very expensive now. Like we're talking like $2,000 or more.
Wow.
And part of me was like, oh man, I should just sell it and get some other stuff. But then I won't be able to afford to replace it with, the same thing. Yeah. And I do like it. I just don't shoot it a ton. But do you guys ever have that?
That's the question is do you use it? I mean, you could have the nicest thing, but it's worthless if you don't shoot it. I've gone through that with people going, what if you've got that John Wayne edition, rifle that it just sits up there on a mantle? To me, it's worthless.
Yeah. If you're a collector, it's a totally different mentality.
Yeah, that's different. But someone that likes to shoot.
You and I, Carl, aren't collectors.
No.
Taco, you're
I'm a
more
semi-collector.
Yeah.
I'm a collector who shoots what he collects.
Right.
But Yeah.
If I have a World War,
world.
yeah, if I have a World War II, a gun that served in World War II, which I do, I've got one that served in World War I. Love it. And I shoot them. It's one of those, I don't care. Here, someone might want to take this from me because I might break it because I'm shooting it. Otherwise, why have it?
Yeah.
Unless you're going, look at this. It's up here. And it's in a glass case. Something that you like to show off. I get that. I get it. But
wall hangers have a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. But that's not me. I thought it was. It's not.
Yeah. So are there any other things that you guys are spending your money on these days, with the lack of guns available? I was just going to say air gun stuff is another thing too.
And that's one I wanted to go into. I think I mentioned that before on the New Year's resolution one, because it's not going to get better. I have not shot one, and I've talked to others that are in the same industry that we all love, and they're saying they don't see the ammo shortage coming back for at least 3 years.
Wow.
They see it longer term, and these guys are really into it. They're like, it's not done. We're nowhere near done. No, and things are going to get worse. And heck, you look at the United Nations, they're talking, even the United Nations, who I don't go off of their word on anything, but even they are talking about 2021 could be a problem, not just for what's going on because of a famine.
Huh.
Farming hasn't been going well. COVID-19 crap has limited, things on how people work, and they can't show up if they're sick, where before we all worked if we were sick. No one cared. So take what you will on that. I don't care what your opinion is on COVID, but it is what it is. It's there, and some people have a harder time with it than others, and so that affects our food. And not just the United Nations are talking about a famine problem that could happen, but they've been talking about that for a while. But they're saying 2021 is one to watch for that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Matter of fact, let's see, the last one, that was the United Nations. The UK has been writing stuff on it, where it could be even worse than 2020. So just that kind of stuff because of the food problems, as well as the COVID crap.
And on that happy note, it's time to end the show. Thanks, Carl, for bringing us down.
Oh, now I feel all depressed. I'm like, famine, pestilence.
That's just it. If you're ready, you won't give a crap. You'll go, oh, okay, well, stay away from my crap. That's the whole thing of preparing. It's not over. You still have time to go buy stuff. There's still stuff in the stores, but especially if you're in the trucking industry, we look at it. Other truckers just go, gosh, if this shuts down, think about how quickly a store runs out.
Oh yeah, in a day. Yeah.
It really, a matter of days, just 2 days, stuff is gone. It's look at your fuel, how, we live on the roads. This nation runs on the roads and the rail.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, if weather goes bad, but if people aren't eating, boy, stuff shuts down real quick.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me. If you're prepared, I think we're okay for now, and the rest of the world doesn't really, who cares about United Nations? Yeah, how about that? let them all die. We'll take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the wrong way to look at it. It's the UN. Who cares? Who listens to them? They told us not to wear masks and then to wear masks. Oh, and then they don't work. And oh, yes, they do. So believe what you will.
Yeah. So I'd like to hear what other people are more focused on now. If guns and ammo are a problem where you are, which they probably are because they are everywhere. But has that changed your focus, or are you just holding tight and waiting for things to become available again? Or what are people doing? I'm curious to know.
All right. Yeah, I got nice grips on that high power too, by the way. Nice VZ grips, I think. It has nothing to do with what Jason just said. Just thought of it.
All right. With that, we will end this podcast. Thanks for listening and subscribing.
And take someone shooting if you can.
And be a nice person. We need more nice people in the world.
All right. Later.
See you next week.
Alright, here we go. Hey you guys, I've got something for you. I've made this song about my favorite numbers. 45, 70, 45, 70.
You know it.
It was designed in 1873. It has rainbow-like trajectories. 45, 70, 500 grains sounds great to me. Though it drops just like a rock, it's got tons of energy. 45, 70. It can be shot accurately. Judge the wind, aim real high, pull that trigger and let it fly. 45, 70. Try it once, it will set you free. You know it. Just in case dinos come from space, you can launch some lead and hit them in the face. 45, 70. The best caliber one can be. 45, 70. I'm so glad it came to be.